Hello to our legions of viewers, everybody out there in the FS Army. I am Brendan Dunn.
I'm Matt Welty from Complex Sneakers.
What's up? I'm Jinx.
Jinx stopping by just for the week. This is Full Size Run, your weekly sneaker talk show. Jinx, we're happy to have you here. It's a little lonely in here today, only 3 of us, but I think we'll have a good time.
I thought I was the new host, actually. Like, the note I got was that I was
I don't know if we're ready to cut that check.
Did you have to talk that over with Rich? Like, you text him, it's like, I'm dating your girl now?
I was like, hey, look, man, I'm in, you're out. This is how it goes.
We'll talk about it.
It's been decided.
First thing we want to discuss today is this new Under Armour ASAP Rocky shoe. We've heard talks of this for a while. He was wearing it a couple weeks ago. A lot of people thought then that it was just the Osiris D3.
Wait, so it really wasn't the Osiris D3 that he was wearing?
It's got to be this shoe, right? Because it looks so similar. Are we feeling these?
Can I hit a full spin? Is this...
Hit your spin, man.
There we go. You know, you guys are right. I actually did think it was the Osiris sneaker.
I thought it was. I thought when I saw that originally, because it's like the same upper and...
Can you do that in the sneaker world? Like, I know there's similar models, but you can...
Ask John Buscemi about it. No, he admitted he got sued by Jordan Brand for like knocking off. Like,
but does
the cease and the desist.
Yeah.
Does UA want to go down that path, or is it worth it just to get the eyeballs on it?
I think it's worth it. I mean, I don't think they're... Yeah, here we are talking about Under Armour for the first time in a long time. Sorry to our good friends at Under Armour. Would you buy these, Jinx? That sounds like a no to me.
Yeah, it's not really my situation, but like...
I'm glad he's finally getting a shoe, like, so he can stop wearing Nikes.
I think this is the point where it's like, if it's a big enough artist or whatever, no matter what they kind of put out there, there are going to be people that want it, except if it's Future and Reebok.
It doesn't get much worse than Future and Reebok. I think we all agree on
here's
that.
the thing is, like, I think there's a certain association. That's why they pay Rocky and probably pay him very handsomely. He made a sneaker that's recognizable, so there'd be some people
handsomely or pretty.
Wow. How are you this quick?
Flacco.
This is just weird because like Under Armour doesn't really even have like a lifestyle presence, and they're just like pulling these silhouettes out of like thin air, and it's like
here it is.
It's like
no, they have the Under Armour sportswear line, but the interesting thing with this is on the tongue it says designed in collaboration or in association with Under Armour Sports Style. I don't know if that's different from Under Armour Sportswear. I know the sportswear stuff didn't sell like they hoped.
I think if there's any case for them to start something new, like a sports style line or whatever they're calling it, this is the introduction to it. And Rocky's a good person to do that with. He's got an album coming out. He's like a recognizable name, he's really in association with like Vans and Nike, but this is like his first thing.
Yeah. Going on to the next topic, something that Jinx may be interested in.
You're a fan of these, Jinx?
This is before we get into it, this is the Skepta Air Max 97 BW. It's the second SK Air project. This is a red and blue shoe. I think when the first image came out,
no arguing that.
It looked more like the Persian violet with the infrared, and I thought that was going to be awesome. This, there's a matching track top that Skepta was wearing with it.
Yeah.
Are you going for the whole fit?
Tracksuit, but
look, here's the thing is like, if I'm gonna get the sneakers, I want the whole fit. Even then, it was a big deal today to not wear the pants that go with this. It was a struggle. This is probably why I just got to work. But is it red and blue on the same sneaker, or is it one red, one blue?
We need a real sneaker scientist to
if it's one red,
into that.
If it's one red, one blue, I'm less into it. That reminds me of like Adidas T-Mac.
No, I think that's what it is.
I think these are releasing on May 18th.
All right, then,
is what we're hearing.
No, because the tracksuit itself is like
just
the
me,
two-tone.
or does this shoe look like an Air Max LTD like this? I think the BW really toes a fine line, and if you switch it up, it just fucks it up. And I'm sticking with my general thought that hybrids are kind of trash. This is not good to me.
I'm kind of into it, but I think it's got to be the whole fit. I saw it. If it's one red, one blue, I'm less into it.
Before we move on to the next topic, let's just put it out there that Skepta already sent you a signed pair. So.
Did he?
Yeah.
Hey, look, if they're upstairs waiting in the mailroom, then you guys can just run this back, and the answer is yes.
Wow, that's an incredible plug. Next rapper sneaker we want to talk about, Drake Air Jordan 4s, or maybe not.
Raptors, yeah.
Yeah, this colorway, basically it came out that this was probably attached to Drake, and the official Nike product images were uploaded to the server. Of course, we did rip those off of there just to upset the people at Nike. And they have what appears to be Aubrey Graham's signature on the tongue. The photos have since been taken down. It's kind of strange. I don't know how they're gonna play this one because these are supposed to release as soon as May 4th. I don't know.
Is that Drake or Aubrey Graham written on the tongue?
Man, I don't know.
You said Aubrey Graham.
That's his name. Do you know who Aubrey Graham is?
I get it, but you're making it seem like he actually signed Aubrey Graham on the shoe, which it may look like. I don't know.
I can't tell what that signature is. It just looks like
it's Drake's signature. It's Drake's signature.
Yeah. I'm not really rocking with these, and it's like subtle things that make it off. Like purple and red is already a weird situation, but it works for the Raptors colors. Like just the red behind the tongue and like probably like inside the sneaker, that to me is
I think
like.
these are pretty nice actually. The talk from I think Pirates leaker account was that Travis Scott's was an Oilers one, right?
Oh, that makes sense.
And this is a Raptors one, and it was going to kind of be around the same time.
For Jordans, especially like those classic, like those like earlier models, especially like 4s, I think it toes like a really fine line between like when you start messing with the color blocking, it can come off looking like a fake, like kind of like, you know what I mean? Like a
You're not
variant.
feeling these.
But he made.
They're cool,
But what happens if the shoe comes out and Drake goes to another sneaker brand?
I mean, okay, so we're assuming Drake is going to Adidas, right? Nick Young is the most recent one to weigh in on this. He said they're about to have him very soon. I think we're all hearing that it's going to happen. I just don't know what happens with these. There's no way they can put these out with the autograph on the tongue.
Yeah, they can. I'm sure.
Are they gonna rip off the tongue tag?
For all we know,
Or is this gonna be like a Red October sort of release where they just like do a dump on like a
That's
Sunday?
what I think. Like once you have the sneaker done, if the deal's done, I'm sure if it's produced within a certain window, like during the course of that contract, I put them out. And also, if I'm sitting on them,
You put them out with the Drake signature?
Yo,
Yeah,
I'll be
but
great.
what if
and they have Raptors colors, and the Raptors might.
but
Still
what if
playing,
like they,
I'm going for it.
They did like what do you do with like 100,000 pairs of sneakers?
Sell them.
No, that like that you
Like,
can't
what?
that you can't drop.
You can drop them. And if there's a
I don't
better
think you
chance.
can drop them with Drake's signature on them.
And also, like, let's say if they can't, what's the hardest switch up? Like, how many of these are actually done? Like, I don't know.
I think there's around 20,000 pairs of these.
I'd sell them.
Speaking of things that may drop that none of us can wear anyways, Nike and Tom Sachs may be dropping baby shoes. Maybe Brendan was kind of doing some foreshadowing. Maybe he has a child on the way. We
I have
don't know
a
yet.
big announcement. No, I wish they didn't do this.
Supposedly his wife, Tom
Yeah.
Sachs' wife, debuted this picture.
It's supposed to be coming out in October.
Hold on. Why? What's the issue?
You got a little Jinx on the way?
No, I'm curious as to wondering
Well,
why.
he's planning a baby shower.
Yeah,
or
he
something.
wants somebody to have a kid. I'm wondering why, out of all, like, this is why you're upset.
Okay, I'm a big fan of these shoes.
Yeah. You don't want the kids to have them?
I got the pair from last year. I did
Brendan
have the
doesn't
pair
love
from
the kids?
2012. If you want to throw me 5 racks or something, you know, we could do a deal. I just think that this was a cool shoe when they first did it in 2012. The 2017 update made sense since it was a story about how, Tom Sachs himself ran through all his pairs and he needed new pairs. So
The shoes weren't wearable, they were falling
they
apart.
put this new fabric on them to make them more durable. That's cool, but I just don't know what the extension of that is logically to have a kid's version of it now. I know kids aren't begging for these, and I just think that when
Doesn't Tom
But what
Sachs
about
have a
cool
kid?
parents that have cool kids?
Hold on. Doesn't Tom Sachs have a kid, or his wife was pregnant?
I'm not sure.
Well, then that adds to the story, right? Like, we're making more sneakers for him because he runs out, and then now he's having a kid or has a kid, so he wants his kid to have them.
It's kind of the same thing with the Off-White stuff where they made a bunch of Off-White sneakers in 2017 and now they're making a bunch more and the second round just doesn't feel as cool. I think this is the same
is for a
exact,
baby.
I know, but it's the same exact idea from 2017. It's just smaller and they're going to do
twisted.
a mid version of it as well. If you're not evolving the idea significantly, then what's the point?
I feel like you're one of those people who's on that wave of thought of not reproducing so humans go extinct, and that's
You
why.
just said it was
Here's the thing: is like I don't even think those arguments are the same. Like Off-White making like multiple different colorways of the same sneaker, and you feel like it takes away from that initial launch. I get that. To me, the 2017s then should have taken away from the 2011, 2012 launch, whenever that was. These are for babies. Like I think
You hate kids.
And also, if it follows his storyline, it works with me. Like you're saying, he ran out of pairs, so they made more, and now they made more for everyone, not just him. Okay. And if he has a kid and he wants them for his kid, that follows the storyline. This is a sneaker very, very attached to his life's progression. Like,
But
why not?
speaking of someone who has a few kids, Brendan, there's someone.
It's not me.
I cannot
Not you.
believe this
It's
is
not me. I have no kids.
There's someone who
doesn't
has
sound
a
like
few
you'll ever
kids
have
been going a bit wild on the internet.
Kanye West.
Yeah.
Kanye West is out here with the big facts, regarding sneaker sales, how much money he makes on sneakers. So
Talking about a lot of other things too.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Get into the tweet and see what we're
right.
talking about.
I'm currently the single highest paid person in footwear. That means I make more money on shoes than Michael Jordan.
the only way, okay, the first part is not true, right? He's not the highest paid person in footwear. There are,
Phil Knight's
Phil
worth
Knight has
$30
way
billion.
more money than him.
Kanye's net worth is somewhere around, I believe, like $145 million, allegedly.
Michael Jordan brings in, Forbes reported in 2017, $110 million from his Nike deal. Jordan
Per year. per year.
Yeah, that was in 2017. The only way that this can be true, that he makes more money on shoes than Michael Jordan, is if he's talking about on a per pair basis.
Like he's like saying he's an independent artist that like, oh, I make $8 per album, and then someone makes $1.
And that part is not totally unreasonable to me
matters
because
how many albums you sold as well.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But it's just like saying, oh, my deal's set up better than yours, but it's like you only sold 10,000 albums. You know?
Yeah, but to me that's plausible because I think that when Jordan first set up his deal, there wasn't a huge precedent for it, so he probably wasn't in a place to negotiate to get a huge percentage on each pair. I think Kanye West, the way he believes in himself and the way Adidas wants to kind of invest in him so heavily, I could see him getting a pretty big percentage per pair. But Jordan Brand,
is he lying? It sounds like
but the thing is that like if the only information
it's a little ambiguous.
The only information that we have to go off of was that when Kanye was first signed to Adidas in 2014, the deal was allegedly worth $10 million.
Okay.
He has since restructured his deal. They had that like sort of like not lifetime contract, but they said long-term.
Long-term partnership.
As people know, LeBron James has a lifetime contract with Nike that's reportedly worth $1 billion.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine that Kanye is getting more than $1 billion.
I mean, if not even like, again, leaving some topics unsaid, just the string of Kanye's, whether it's the last week or 2 weeks or last 4 or 5 years or entirety of his career, like it's probably definitely not true, right? Like
this tweet where he says, the Yeezy 350s sell 400,000 pair in 4 hours. Only thing close to this is the iPhone. Let's do like the math where it's all popping. All popping up.
This is more believable to me.
This doesn't seem that crazy though. I mean, it seems crazy, but like,
yeah,
you talk about bots and stuff. Like,
they're slowly bringing those production numbers up. I think we can all agree on that. The first Turtle Dove Yeezy 350 and Adidas exec at the time told me they made around 20,000, 30,000 pairs of those. When you see more and more Yeezy releases, you can kind of tell that there are more pairs out there in the market because the resale prices fall. You can tell that supply and demand are starting to match up a little bit. I think we have another tweet where he says that the Desert Rat 500 sold 250,000 pairs in 1 hour. That's believable to me because, like somebody from a store told me that, they had 750 pairs of the 500s. That's a lot.
But also the shoe's gonna sell out like this if a lot of these shoes right now at this point are online only releases. You know what I mean? So
like, I don't know. I just feel like these are like, he's just making these statements because even this, like he said, more than an iPhone. This don't cost the price of an iPhone.
But
like, so it's like highlighting certain factors of like you highlighting percentages versus raw numbers versus like, I think he's just trying to, this is just a.
But if you want to, we're just talking like comparatively speaking, the Space Jam Air Jordan 11 from 2016 supposedly sold over 1 million pairs. So if Kanye's selling, I sold 250,000 pairs, they're still selling more than that. And I know it wasn't within 3 hours, but that was like within a weekend. You know what I mean? Like it's not.
Yeah.
This tweet, how are we feeling about this?
I don't even know what he means, like the most requested shoe. I guess that means like people hopping on the Adidas chat line.
I was thinking about this, and the only.
What do you request when you get on the Adidas chat line? What is the shoe that you're begging for?
Just give me some Dublins. But the thing that I was thinking about that is that the release of that 700 was so fucked up to begin with, where like it was initially the pre-sale on Yeezy supply, and then they did they raffled off some pairs at ComplexCon, and then like 4 or 5 months later they finally dropped
I still don't have a pair.
They finally dropped the shoe in a mass quantity, so it's like, but the build up to it, that it never really came out there where people are like, drop the shoe, drop the shoe, drop the shoe. I don't know, maybe he's talking about Twitter mentions.
I think he's just, I'm waiting for him to.
It probably is also the best Yeezy of all time too, though.
I'm waiting for him to say we have tremendous sales. Like I'm waiting him.
Wait, hold up. Is the 700 the best Yeezy of all time? Are you including the Nike stuff?
Yes.
Sorry, I can't agree with that.
It's up there. It's up there.
But it's not the best. What are we talking
What's
about?
The best? What's the best?
But I'm just saying we're talking about
Jinx, what's the best?
To me, it's the Yeezy 2 for Nike.
I disagree with that. I like the Yeezy one better still.
What?
Yeah.
But either way, like we're all here we are walking down Kanye's statements like, is it the best? We're like, oh, it's up there. That's not what he said though. Like it's not.
Yeah, he's just saying most requested.
He's speaking in extremes, so it's super hard to agree with him because what he's saying isn't true.
He also had this other tweet.
He said Adidas have been great partners. They let Yeezy be Yeezy. He says this never could have happened at Nike.
Even Mark Parker talks shit.
I kind of agree with that. I mean, I think that we were just in a different era. Oh my God. Then
that was good.
But I do agree with the no. I do agree with the Adidas statement, the Nike, because that's the reason why he left. Nike supposedly.
I don't think they were going to give him that. I think
he wanted to be like his own Jordan.
People that now.
And now they're like, oh shit, we fucked up. Now Riccardo Tisci has a whole line.
Okay, so you were saying you agree with Donald Trump?
No, I didn't. I was not.
Thank you, Kanye.
I was not
Very
segueing
cool.
into that.
Oh God, yeah. This got real messy.
This is rough.
Real fast. You know, he posted the photo of himself in the MAGA hat.
I'm more curious what Dragon Energy is, and will there be a Dragon Energy colorway of the Adidas? You know what I mean? Like, is he gonna drop like?
Doesn't the color of the Wave?
What color do you think?
The
Dragon
Wave
Energy?
Runner 700 kind of look like there's some sort of dragon.
Dragon Energy is like close to a Volt, I think.
Really? You think it's a Volt? What do you think it is?
It's like a real hot.
I'm saying I think that the 700 like OG colorway, it has like the green and the orange on it. That could be some dragon
I think
shit.
a Dragon Energy is more like an infrared, like because it's kind of like MAGA Sport. You know what I mean? Like I think it's like a
MAGA Sport.
Yeah, MAGA Sport.
Are you dropping that line?
Yeah, MAGA Sport. Put a TM on it. Can we get that going up? MAGA Sport. I want that. Yeah, hashtagged and with like maybe a trademark symbol.
So is this
Kanye's gonna take
is
it.
this Donald Trump obsession that Kanye West has now? Is this gonna hurt Yeezy sneakers in any way?
To quote Michael Jordan, allegedly, Republicans buy his shoes too.
Yeah, I think historically, and this show touches on it as well. It's like
This show touches on everything.
this show's ridiculous.
There's
by the way.
there's no topic that we won't touch on. So I'm glad from the outside because you're not
It's
you're not
bigger
a
than
host yet.
shoes.
Yeah.
Here's the thing is I don't think it's gonna hurt him. I think that whenever you do what you do really well, it always works. So we see it in sport all the time. Like, is this person's trouble off the court gonna hurt them? Not if they're dropping 40 a game.
Let's be real though. I saw like after this whole shit happened or whatever, I think it was on like a Wednesday or whatever.
Dust it off your MAGA hat.
Yeah, exactly. Thursday though, like the day after in the office, there was still people wearing the 500s after the whole like tweet storm.
Should we name those people?
I mean,
Should we bring
it
them
was
all
a
into-
handful. It was a handful, and I don't think that. I'm not saying that they were associated with. I just think it didn't affect their opinion on whether they're going to wear these shoes or not.
It doesn't, but I think it can get into weird territory, right? Like, let's say.
What if you found out Tom Sachs was a Republican? Would you take those shoes off your feet right now?
I don't even think it's about Republican. I think it's
not that
deeper than
simple.
that.
If I found out Tom Sachs was a massive donor to Donald Trump's campaign, I would have to seriously think about it.
Yeah, that's just for me. But I'd say for all these two, it's like it's kind of the association. Like there's levels of association. Like Kanye West is an association now, and he's building that. And then we're also still trying to understand exactly how serious how serious this is, or if he's just going to keep saying things that garner attention. I think it gets weird territory, and I bet you Adidas might even be cringing if they're waiting for like how he sent Obama his Yeezys. If like Trump holds a box and does that like kind of Trump grin, like. You know what I mean?
Please no.
I think Adidas
no.
would be like, oh shit, only because Trump is so polarizing.
Yeah.
And I think
Well, I think
that's
this is
weird
like the
territory.
first time.
Wait, did the Yeezy jump over the Trump man?
I wish it had an ejector seat. I could just right through the ceiling. Like,
Also, you're saying that this isn't affecting him, but we can all agree that it affects New Balance in some way, right?
That was a
Not
moment.
to, you know.
No, but I think
I know
I
they
think
pay you a little bit. So
no, I think New Balance
go
is
ahead.
actually, from that moment on,
in
kind
your
of like
unbiased opinion.
whatever. I think that they've actually been able to like not like I don't want to say capitalize on. I mean like come back and have like the right messaging behind the brand, and they've actually not become more popular this year because of it, but they've actually
Because of you, if anything.
Yeah, but with the dad shoe trend, it kind of like
that's
they
the thing
lucked
is,
up.
here's the thing is
kind of lucked up
like
for
the
them.
style and the product are always going to kind of lean more. It's also the association. Like that thing happened during Trump's ascent.
But
no, let me finish.
No.
They haven't said shit
Yeah.
since. And then now
I'll let you finish, but
I know it's just so hard to talk on the show, but it's like
that was a Kanye West.
I know. Fuck, Jesus Christ. They haven't said shit since. I think the Kanye thing's different because his tweets are bigger than a press release from New Balance, right?
No, I
or
get
even a thank you from Trump. And there's still, like you said, there's still people that buy sneakers. That's a whole new fan base. Like this album, all of us are going to stream this album because maybe we're fans.
I might skip it.
But now there's a whole group of people that did not rock with Kanye before who are like, okay, so he didn't lose his loyalists, and he's got a whole new group of people. This is as good for business as we think it hurt.
We want to talk about our best and worst, as is customary here on the show. My worst is by far Kanye West co-signing Donald Trump and kind of what that means for the sneaker industry. I was upset.
My best this week.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is this right? Is this
No,
Air
no,
Jordan?
no, this is-
how did this happen?
This is. I think the story behind this is really good. As everyone knows, the Katrina Jordan
Air Jordan. Matt Welch.
3 was supposed to release, never dropped, but now they finally released them. They gave all these custom pairs to kids who played on the high school teams. They gave some of the kids scholarships. They also had a big release with Sneaker Politics. Shout out Derek Curry. down there to kind of bring some energy behind it, and it felt like this was actually like the right way to finally release this shoe.
Oh, Jordan Brand did something to make you
I thought it was pretty good.
All right. Let's talk about our cop and drop picks this week. My cop is the Nike Zoom Fly SP. The original Breaking 2 colorway is coming back. This is basically a signature shoe for me at this point, right?
This does look a lot more Wave Runner-y in this photo too. Maybe that's your alternative, just like your meat substitutes. This was going to be my cop of the week.
But
maybe I'm not copping it because, surprise motherfuckers, it's Monday and tomorrow's my birthday. Little bit early. So
do give Matt Welty a happy birthday shout out in the comments.
Sorry, what?
So that's why you're not copying it?
I'm not going to buy it. If someone else wants to buy me shit for my birthday, this is what I would like.
We're not spending the budget.
Just before we get to mine real quick, what's a Matt Welty birthday look like? I'm just curious.
It's actually pretty low key. Although for my 30th birthday, I did go out to Manchester, England, and I don't remember a lot of it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
There'll be a 30 for 30 on that one day. Jinx, you got a cop of the week?
I do have a cop of the week. So like actually it's tough. I cannot pronounce this colorway, but I wasn't terribly impressed with like a lot of stuff that was dropping this week. And then of course like the Jordan 1 is one of my like favorite silhouettes of all time. And I was torn between like the kind of 3 different colorways that they had going.
You didn't want to fight anyone at Complex Con for the gold toe ones that kind of look like this?
Yeah, that was insane. Violence. I enjoy these. You know what it actually makes me think of? And I know it's not the similar colorway. It's not exactly the same. Do you remember those like those old school like Wu-Tang?
Wu-Tang dunks?
Yeah.
Of course.
I don't know why. I think it's maybe just like that back panel. I don't know what that meant.
Welty and I have a special history with that shoe. All right, well.
You guys fight each other?
No.
He probably wrote the biggest, let's let the record show, just get this real quick. Brendan wrote the biggest clickbait article of all time. There was a black and yellow pair of hyper dunks that were releasing, and Brendan's headline was, "This is the closest you'll get to buying Wu-Tang dunks in 2015.
What was that about?
Moving on, every week here on Full Size Run, we dip into our mailbag and take some user-submitted questions. Lately, we've been checking out the YouTube comments. The most important one this week is the Boost God, formerly the Boost God. It's Teddy, who has been on the show before, is accepting your direct challenge. And saying,
I was surprised.
Let's do this.
I was surprised that when we put out there, I thought the response was going to be
You were worried. You were kind of battening down the hatches. You thought there was going to be a lot of hate coming your way.
What is the deal with this Boost God versus Welty?
I don't back down. If you want to,
you got smoke. He wants smoke.
If you want to sit here, you know, like.
Hey man, you bringing my boy Dexter into all this violence in your life?
Come on down.
Oh man.
You guys both team Adidas?
A bit different. No, he got.
It's not that simple.
I think I heard about that.
Yes, and he also came at Angel Diaz for writing about the gentrification of sneaker culture. It made videos about both of us on YouTube.com.
Assuming.
So we're famous.
He's a white man.
I think he's actually. I think he's Armenian as well.
I don't know why.
I think we're actually.
Well, shout out.
I think we've made it. I know we've made it because the young man Christian who caught me on the A train, saw me. He was a little starstruck. Shout out to Christian.
Well, so he's been on the show. This Teddy guys.
Yeah.
But before I was on
was
the
nowhere
show,
to be seen.
I wasn't on the show yet, but he said when I was on the show in the office, Welty fucking hid or whatever.
I mean,
I was like,
you weren't around.
We should get him on the show.
yeah, no, I'm down for it.
Yeah,
Come on down.
Let's do this. Boost God.
Come on down, Teddy.
Awesome,
Hopefully we'll see you soon. Although we're
Yeah,
certainly
maybe
not paying you to
you'll be
here.
here, or maybe we'll have to vote you off the island or whatever behind your back.
This is
Let
my
us know
show.
if you want.
Yeah.
If you want.
Matter of
Jinx to
fact,
stick
Teddy,
around.
you're on the show. You can be on the show.
Oh, it's Teddy. Oh, let's do this.
All right, folks. Thanks for watching. This has been another episode of Full Size Run. As you know, I'm Brendan Dunn.
I'm Matt Welty from Complex Sneakers.
And I'm Jinx.
Hopefully, we'll see you next week.